you are located at the EC office. Tell us exactly what's happening. How has been the day over?
Randy, it's been a very, very long day. For the past 3 days, we haven't blinked. We've been at the National Coalition Center here at Rage, hoping that the results will be declared early enough so we could remember the last elections. The EC declared the result within 48 hours, and so it was the expectation of many that same will be replicated this year, but that is not a story. Yesterday, the EC told us that will be declared the result within these 2 hours, and exactly 5 p.m. now, and it means that this is the 72-hour mark, and the EC had earlier said we're going to declare the result at 4:30. That was national communications that was sent out, but the declaration at 4:30. It's 30 minutes past the 10 advertised by the EC. And we are still hoping that Madam Jane Mensah and the other commissioners will come downstairs here and address the people of Ghana and declare the final results. And so that everybody will know their next line of action. But as we speak, all the set, the political parties have all gathered here. They are all here, the political party, their agents. For the MPP, for example, we have Evans Dimako, who is director of elections for the party. He's here with his other colleague. APC has their rep, Ghana Freedom Party. Remember, the Ghana Freedom Party was disqualified after the death of Ipiadonko, the flag bearer, Roman father who later contested as a flag bearer. Who later filed as the flag bearer was disqualified, but he has come here at the National Coalition Center. We also have the NDC, Dr. Omanibo Ama, who is the Director of Elections. He's here. Dr. Computer Tanko, his deputy, is here, as well as the party agents of the NDC. They are all here. And the other political party reps are all here. The international community, international observers are also here. And everybody from across the globe are all here waiting for Madam Jane Mensah to make that all important announcement. The earlier communication we had was that all the 13 regions results had come, and that they're waiting for Ashanti region and Savannah and Greater Accra because of some violence that happened in some of the coalition centers. For Greater Accra region, for example, we knew there were some disturbances at the Okankwe Central and and that reason the EC's results that came were excluded of these constituencies. Again, for Eastern region, the results that came were excluded of Isawoma Guajiri because we were told that the minority children are not done prayer. Frank Anadon was refusing to concede defeat, and that there were some disturbances, and so that didn't include. And then also in Akwetia, we're told of some disturbances due to the refusal of the defeated candidates to accept defeat. And so was the story in Suhum, and where the both parties were jubilating that they had won the election. So the Eastern region came, but that these three constituencies, as Greater Accra also came without these constituencies of Central and the Dompabinia. But then we are told that all of those issues have been rectified because the EC chairperson, Madam Jane Mensah, who addressed the media earlier yesterday, indicated that even if the result of some of these regions come and the constituencies are not up to date and they go ahead to declare, and that declaration will not affect the final outcome of the results, to say that the winner still continues to remain the winner, then they will continue and go ahead to declare the result. So basically, that's what we are waiting for Madam Jane Mensah to do. But we are told that Ashanti region is also in the provisional result, which is indicating that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia won by some 1,300,000. John Mahama also had some 973,000, and so it's unprecedented in the Ashanti region to wait that the NPP could not get the over 60% margin that they were looking for. And so the NDC, and we were looking to, they were targeting some 85%, I should say, in that region. But then we were told that the figures available, NDC had a little over 32%, which meant that the NPP's dream of having 85% dashed. So clearly, even 70%, the NPP didn't get in the Ashanti region. So the results, the provisional ones are with us. We can keep speaking to it, but as we know, we are expecting Madam Jean Mensah and her deputy commissioners to come and address the nation because they advertised that they're going to address the nation at exactly 4:30 p.m. So that's what it looks like here in the National Coalition Center. Everybody is seated at the sitting on tenterhooks. That exactly what really is delaying the process because Madam Jean Mensah had come to address the media at 2 p.m. Stating that they were going to declare the results at 4:30. So it's really 2.5 hours later. There still hasn't been anything, and we have more than 30 minutes time of waiting. Then it begs the question as to what really is keeping her absence again.
What exactly is happening? But have you been able to speak to some of the TV reps there? Because in the shots, I realized I saw Dr. Omani Boamah, Dr. Computer, and a few others, as you mentioned. Have you spoken to any of them? How are they receiving the news so far and the indications that we have gotten as far as the president-elect is concerned? Have you spoken to any of them on that?
I've engaged them off record, but if you have time, I could still get closer to them and pick some few words from them as to what exactly their expectations are. We still await the final declaration. If I can go ahead.
Go.
Okay. So then, Dr. Computer is here. So is Dr. Omani Boamah, who is the elections director for the NDC. Well, he's telling me he's not in a position to speak now because they are all waiting for Madam Jean Mensah to come and get the result. So, as for speaking to the media, he's declining as of now not to speak because they are waiting for Madam Jean Mensah to come and do the final determination. But like I said earlier, all the other political parties are here. So in essence, as has been communicated, the decline is widespread and not to speak to the media until the declaration is made by Madam Jean Mensah.
But we saw earlier that you spoke to Dr. Omani Boamah. Proud to this moment. Exactly what were his words? What did you pick from him?
No, it was actually Dr. Computer I spoke to earlier. And then he said that, he said, were happy the results that were coming in, and that it was just work they put in to ensure that they were keeping the NPP out of office until victory, that they were going to win with a vote that cannot be contended. They knew that the court was packed, that would practically, and that members of the NPP had been packed to all the courts, the CBI court, the appeals court, and all the other courts. And so they were ready to win. So that was the reason they ensured a very resounding victory for John Mahama and the NDC in a way such that nobody would even think or dream of heading to court to go and contest the results. And so he tells me that the work of the NDC has been has been tiring, and a lot had gone into it, that they did not sleep on their house, they were not complacent, and that they knew that their victory was going to be resounding, and that was exactly that we put in ensuring that from the preparations from the registration process. They kept their ego eye on the ball. They never blinked. They never slept. Never let their guard down because they knew the people that they were contesting, and that is indeed a nation that is unprecedented in nation. That is a result that is unprecedented. It happened in the history of the Fourth Republic, and then they make reference to the fact that if you want to make any amendments in the Constitution, Parliament will require a two-third majority of members of Parliament to take certain changes and make certain amendments, which he says that for the first time in the history of Ghana's independence, a certain John Mahama has the comeback and has made that history that the Parliament, the ninth Parliament, is going to have a two-third majority of NDC, which means that clearly it's more like a one-party parliament, and so the MP members can decide not to come to parliament, nothing will change. If they decide to come to parliament, nothing will change. The NDC doesn't need MPP to form a quorum to start sitting. You don't need MPP to start to make a quorum to take any other decision, because the victory that they have won is from Ghana, and it's a victory that shows that indeed Ghanaians were not happy with the level of impunity that was going on, that Ghanaians were not at the level of disrespect, and that Ghanaians want to take back their country and ensure that everything that they worked for, everything they set their mind on, that the blood of our forefathers, their toil, were not going to pay. And so he was very emphatic and very, very happy that indeed the victory of John Mahama is not only a victory for John Mahama, but it was a victory, or it's a victory for Ghana. That Ghanaians are speaking, and that time very decisively that no individual can contest that decision. Also, that's what he's been telling me earlier before we came into the national the coalition center, hoping that Madam Jane Mensah would come into the Ghana declaration. But then I've also been speaking to some other the U.S. ambassador to Ghana, for example, spoke with me earlier and made mention they were happy with the process so far. But one thing that stood short was the fact that after the of death, some deaths that were recorded at some polling stations, it was the least they expected, especially looking at how Ghana's democracy has come that far. And so they were not happy. Madam Virginia Palmer was saying that she was not very happy that some deaths were recorded, but she is rather calling for swift investigations into that case and then ensure that the perpetrators are punished accordingly. She said that democracy, in as much as it is, should not cost any single life, but we have to go to the polls and make a decision to the effect that who becomes the next leader of the country, who becomes the next parliamentarian. And so the killings and the various disturbances that happened